Hello YouTubers, this is Frank the Bam, once again bringing you another edition of Original Foreign versus American Remake. This is where I take usually horror films done in a foreign land, and America tries to remake them and make them worthy of the remake and make them a very good film, rivaling the fame of the original or even making it better. However, sometimes this fails and fails miserably. If you've seen some of my other series, you've seen that, pretty well. But here we go today. We're gonna talk about one of my favorite films of all time, the original Old Boy, directed by the master of horror, Park Chan-Wook, and we are going to contrast it against the new version from Spike Lee, and the and starring Josh Brolin, and Samuel L. Jackson. Now we're going to talk about why one film is obviously better, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat that the original is a masterpiece. It's in fact one of the best films I ever seen, bar none. I'm gonna put on the downstairs on the notes there. You can click on it. The link to my Old Boy original film review. And let me tell you, there's two rules that are used that I use to tell you if a remake is warranted. One, the remake has to be done because the original either can be improved upon or it can be given a new spin, or the original is just not good, and you want to make it better. It has some original good ideas, but you want to make it better. This is not the case in this case, no. The other one will be, is the notoriety. I mean, is the film so obscure that nobody knows it? So America has to bring it up to Hollywood to make it bright and shiny. I've seen several examples of this. Is this the case? No. This is the attempt of remaking Old Boy. To me, was like taking the Mona Lisa and somebody said, you know what, the Mona Lisa would look really cool if she was just, if we could just change her clothes and make it yellow instead of black, and make it a little brighter, give her highlights, make it a little bit sunnier. And you know what will happen if you would do that? You pretty much would ruin it. You would either ruin it or cheapen it to make it like, oh, okay, it's a nice picture, but this is exactly what happened to Old Boy. This is nearly a sacrilege. It has very few redeeming qualities that remake. This is a no contest, guys. The original is better. If there's a lot of people who make arguments that they should leave the Asian originals alone, this movie is a great argument on it. Oh man, this is just so bad. It gave me a headache. I swore that I wasn't going to touch Old Boy, the remake, but I just had to do this video. I just thought that it would be great for people who are saying, "Oh man, I always wanted to see that Old Boy, that Korean movie, but I haven't been able to get it. So I'm just gonna watch this, Spike Lee film, and I'm gonna just hope that it's gonna be better." And it's not. It's not even close. It's not even equal. It's like Godzilla taking on a 5 foot tall unarmed man who barely can walk and has no fighting ability whatsoever, and it's just going to be a crush. And this is what we're getting. We're just getting crushed. Old Boy, the original and the remake to some point, even though the remake tries to be a little different, but more on that in a moment. Original Old Boy takes our protagonist, Old Soo, basically trying to have a good time one night and having a few drinks, and apparently the dude just overdrinks, and he kind of passes out and he gets kidnapped, put into a room for 15 years and not being told of why he's there. The director Park Chan-Wook, just a master. It's a master of horror. This is part two of the Vengeance trilogy, and it's Choi Min-sik. That's a masterful job playing good old Su, and trying to he tries to put the pieces together. He's fed well. He's kept well in what appears to be in a hotel room, watching TV. When he tries to kill himself or harm himself or do anything to himself or try to escape, he's immediately drugged, immediately kept there, and he's all of a sudden released years later. And this is done also on the remake, but the difference is, and the biggest difference of this film, I think, is that Park Chan-wook uses little drops, little drops, little drops, little drops, little drops to basically, uh, get this film across. Like, he slowly doesn't tell you anything and makes you beg for any information. It makes you so interested on it, and the acting is so superb, and the actors are so little. And once you know the payoff, it's incredible. It's the original. It's a Greek tragedy. It tells you how love conquers all, no matter how bizarre life could be, and that there are, and then whenever you do something evil in life, you tend to pay for it, and there are consequences for your actions. It's a masterful film. I mean, like I said, I encourage you to watch my original OldBoy film review. However, now here comes the sad part of the remake. Tries to explain too much too soon. Actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but I found some continuity errors on the film. There's problems with time jumping. There's, I mean, it's like, I think it may have been because according to what I read, Spike Lee, which by the way, I don't think this is entirely his fault. He took on a project that was just too complex and too big. There was no way he could win it. But Spike Lee, I mean, hey, if you're watching this, dude, you have balls because you took on one of the best films ever, and I respect you as a director. Do the right thing, and other films that you've done, have been pretty influential, and I really do think that I'm thinking about that film with Clive Owen that he directed. Also, I can't think of it now. Inside Man, yeah, and many others that he's done. He's really great. He's really a great director. But the studio, I think, heavily edited his film. I think it took out. It was supposed to be like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes longer or something. They took out a whole bunch of things that may have made the film more meaningful. No, man, it's Su. When he's released, he has one thing in his mind: is the revenge is the thing. When Josh Brolin is released, he looks like somebody released Bruce Lee. It doesn't make any sense, the fact that he was watching TV and apparently he just learned martial arts out of just watching TV. The other, I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. The fighting when he comes out, it's more a brutal nature with a man with a mission, with he's been screwed upon so much for so long that he has so much hatred, and that hatred he delivers into every blow. In this is cartoonish fighting. Looks like I'm watching not even a bad manga, bad Japanese manga, not a good one. I mean, a real lousy one. The Japanese will have much better sense. I think it will be. I'm sorry, I even compared this to a Japanese manga. This film is bad, and it's like I said, it may not be Spike Lee's entire fault. The acting, Josh Brolin is fantastic on the role. By the way, I think that he's a great actor. Samuel L. Jackson starring awesome, doing his awesome best as always. Everybody else in it is really good. I don't think that there's once I watch, it's not their fault. It's just that the movie is just so badly edited. It's taken on an impossible project. It changes the ending. Oh my gosh, no! The ending was meant. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was meant to show you the power of love and the intricacies of life, and to make you think and to make you, dude. It's a freaking mind screw, mind you. If you watch the original, watching this, dude, is like WTF, man, just WTF. There's nothing more to say. That it ruins it, it cheapens it. It makes me hate the whole project. I don't want to see the remake of OldBoy ever again. On a grade from A to F, the original OldBoy, okay, that the 2003 Korean film, it's an A plus. The 2013 remake, it's a D. It's not an F because the acting is actually really good. Everybody cared. I mean, Spike Lee gave it a best effort. He tried, but the studios executives just screwed up his film. I seen him on places where he's extremely unhappy about this. I mean, I heard like he didn't even leave his name, his trademark Spike Lee joined on the film, just like Spike Lee film now. And he always liked to say that, and he's almost trying to disassociate from this project. That's usually not good. I recommend no one to watch this. I mean, if you watch it without ever knowing that there was an old boy, it was done as a C film, which was okay. It's actually pretty good in some ways because of the acting. But oh boy, I mean, he has editing problems. He has timeline problems. The ending, man. It's just, oh no, no, guys, stay away from the remake. Park Chan-Wook, you're the master. Spike Lee, I'm sorry, dude, but you should never touch this show. And I think you agree with me if you're watching. Well, if you like me, give me a like. Write down your comments. If you don't like it, awesome. If you love the American remake, all right, defend it, dude. But write it in your comments. And finally, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I'm gonna try to start putting that subscribe button on my videos. If you like me, take it easy. Be well. Watch the original. Oh boy, never watch the remake. If you do, it's a waste of your time. Signing out. Frank the Vamp. Talk to you later.